Because we have just gone around now and we have seen, the standard you're talking about. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Standard is here.
My name is Iberede Musoro and I'm part of the Baffi family. Welcome to Baffi Café. Today we have some special guests. One of the biggest media groups that I have come across in the whole of Abuja, Nigeria, which is Blueprint Media and Print, I'm guessing. They're going to introduce themselves better. I might make some mistakes here and there, but I believe to my right we have the HR. To my left we have the COO and I think the chairman is Eric Zarabot. All right, so I'll still allow them to introduce themselves. Let's start from my right.
All right. My name is Nuhu Sani. I'm the head of administration and human resources.
My name is Salisu Umar. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the company, Blueprint Newspapers.
Lovely to meet you, sir.
My name is Zainab Suleiman Okino, Chairman, Editorial Board, Blueprint Newspapers.
So I'd say a brief introduction has been done. My question or our question to you is, what inspires Blueprint as a whole?
One thing that inspired us is to contribute our quota as a media industry, to the growth and development of the country. We have, before we came on board, other media houses were there before us, but we now feel that there's a vacuum. What is that vacuum? We observe that among all the media houses that were there before us, there is none that is practicing what is called developmental journalism. Journalism that is focused mainly on the development and growth of the country. And therefore, we came around in 2011 to fill that vacuum that has been created as a result of these media that are not focusing attention on that area. So specifically, and in a nutshell, and in summary, that is what inspired us to have a Blueprint media.
Actually, I'm more or less very new to the company, but I came, I joined the company because of this statement, which is standards. The inspiration of this company is bringing standards to Nigerians, by Nigerians. It's a mixed experience because it's like bringing that Turkish standard, that experience from Turkish standard based on the influence of our key figures to the Nigerian experience. So what we look at is the fact that luxury is not just something that only the rich and elite. The most important thing is that standard of living. So for us, the furniture itself is just a medium to share that standard. One of the biggest controversies in this country is that standard. It's a big gap. Like you said, developing the country there's a void in that in so many cases. So in that case, we want to bring that much impact, and that's what really drives us.
Now, I don't know whether I can ask a question. In bringing standard to the country through your products, I don't know whether you have taken cognizance of the means and also the living standard of the people. Because you are bringing standard in terms of the quality of your product. This quality of your product also goes with the purchasing power of the people that you are bringing standard to. So where your standard starts, then that is where also the purchasing power of the people that you are bringing standard to should also start. So I don't know whether you have taken cognizance of this.
Yes.
Because we have just gone around now and we have seen, the standard you're talking about. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Standard is here.
Yes.
Without saying anything. That was standard is here. It has been captured here. But I have not seen you, bringing this standard to the doorsteps of the people in the areas of their purchasing power, the capacity to go for this standard. So I don't know whether you can shed light on that.
Let me address that. We didn't get the chance to fully explore all of the products that we have because this is just one of our 4 showrooms in Abuja. So there's some other products that are well enriched to this. We have the Enzio even, that's on a very budget friendly. So we cover both from a budget perspective to the elite perspective. So luxury is not just about the price or how it looks. It's also about bringing that standard. It's also about the people. We are targeting the purchasing power. We have different systems to match that. We have certain products that, you can, because you get your standard based on what you like. It's your standard, so you pick out how you want to fit your space with it. In time, in options, we provide all of that. So whatever you need, you can find it here. That's generally what we make sure. No matter what, we make sure that we cover that range, that perspective. So down from the single chair to the sofa set to the beds, it's all available here. Sometimes what you display is, will I say, a lot flashier than what you have in stock. So you come here and you're like, we don't have this displaying, but we have this other option or this that will meet your budget, your standard, your purchasing power. And that's what we target most.
Okay, now, I'm from media.
Yes.
And therefore, I will talk from the media perspective.
All right.
And the media perspective here is publicity. When Haja told me that, we are invited to come here to have a look at your showroom and then have a few or little discussion with you on what you do here and what you said here. She was asking me, are you aware of Baffi? I said, well, the name is not ringing bell to me, but I've come across it one or two places, 2 times, but it's not ringing bell to me. So as a media person, I expected, Baffi to be a household name in the country here.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
You are projecting the standard, and then you're also projecting the name.
Exactly.
But if in the media I'm complaining here that name is not ringing bell to me, then I think something is wrong somewhere. That means you are not carrying the media along.
Exactly.
And if you're not carrying the media along, then how do you now project this standard you're talking about?
All right, so we had a little technical issue there. Let me address that. Like you said, the media is not being carried along. That is the purpose of this. We have now created that outreach to meet up with the media and make sure that this standard that we're trying to bring out is being carried along. And exactly what I'm saying is, this moment right now, let's call it the birth of that. So from now going forward, we are going to make sure that we promote ourselves, have that partnership. That's where we can now come together. You can bring up your ideas. I'm sure there are other impactful ways that we can also assist in that we're not even aware of. Because that's what they say, when you have an issue, call a professional. Even if you are going to do it yourself, at least the professional will give you an insight onto what to do. So,
when we're going around, we ask some questions. Is this one imported or locally made? So what that means is that, from what I have gathered now, it's like 80% of your products are imported, and just about 20% are probably made in Nigeria. And then that follows that you're not creating local content as much as you are importing. And what we want to see, what our government is not doing well is, we are not encouraging local production, we are just importing. So I want to know how much of your product is imported and how much is locally made, and how you are contributing to local content creation in Nigeria.
So we are strong advocates of local production. Yes, you may see some products. Now that's actually the inverse. I don't know if you took it that 80% is imported. Actually inverted. 70% of what we sell is actually made here. Even what you're sitting on right now is a full production of Baffi. Even what he's sitting on, what I am, is a full Baffi production. 70% is being made here. Then let's call it a 25 to 30% importation. But we don't import as a whole even. We import in bits and then we couple it down here. So the whole coupling process happens in our factory before we disperse it. But there's a full production range that happens from Baffi. So we are part of the Nigerian Industrial Association.
Growing the economy.
Exactly. That's our goal. Because if we keep importing, we keep taking out of the economy instead of putting that. Yes. Instead of putting that back into.
We need the hard currency in Nigeria.
Yeah, but if 70% of your products are homemade, and then 30% imported, then we should expect the drop in price.
Yes, that can also be argued. It doesn't mean that because you are making it here that all of the expenses will just vanish. If you get to here and you follow a standard, you don't boycott anything, then your standards remain. And the price would seem like it's high, but it's not.
Because why I'm saying this,
yes,
competitively, by the time we enter into partnership, one of the slogans, one of the things that we need to project is your price, the quality of price. Because with the little capital, with the little purchasing power with people would like to go for where they can get better quality with little money than to go to where they cannot even afford. And therefore, our main slogans in convincing people is the quality and then affordability. So if your affordability, we that we're going to project your image, we cannot even afford anything here, then how do we now, preach that gospel to the people?
You see, the cost of production is what determines the pricing most of the time. So in most of the cases, what we showcase may be those that have very high cost of production, and maybe that's what you have seen so far. The other ones that are more affordable are there. We have sets like the Mitama set, the NCO, and they are well affordable.
Where are those ones?
Right now, you're sitting on the NCO. This is one of our most simplest plastic designs. And you look very comfortable on it.
No, it's very fine. It's comfortable.
I think what I would advise is Baffi should look into producing maybe lower cost furniture, so that a lot of teeming Nigerians can afford them. What we have here is for the top notch, is for the elites. They're going into millions for sets, maybe some even single, they're going to about $1 million plus. And I can tell you that you may not be able to make it very quickly. But if you produce that which an average Nigerian earner, you're in Nigeria, you're in Abuja at the moment, and if you look at your target market, you should need to target the civil servant, because this is the civil servant state. It's not a business city. So and then furthermore, I think what you have is fantastic. It's good. And then, but at the same time, you may look at this. You need to do a lot of marketing to showcase what you have and create awareness for the team in Nigerians. And Blueprint is the right medium for you.
Exactly.
We're looking forward to doing business with you.
Yes. That's where we hit on this media perspective. There's not enough awareness on the fact that there are so many affordable things here. Like what you're sitting on does not even reach that one. Like he's saying, $1 million. It doesn't reach that $1 million perspective for the full set. It's like when you walk into a tech shop, the first thing you see is those very flagship iPhone, Samsung. Yes.
I think my point here is you need to face the competition. Go out there and see what the people can do. I can tell there are a lot of your kind of products there that even those that do not have this beautiful showroom produces. They may not give importance to detail or give the best of material, but I can tell you they'll bring something that is more affordable and equally very, very cheap that people can afford. So they'll be cutting your market as well.
All right. Yes, I agree with that. But that's where the statement standards come in. Now, you don't fight for standard, you set your standards. So we are not fighting for that standard and saying, oh, yes, let's reduce our standard to match that. Instead, we are saying this is our standard and this is what we promote. We don't want the one that you buy the furniture, you go home after 2 or 3 months, some laces to start to come out.
You need to bring yourself as low as that.
Exactly.
But at the same
so
time,
we have put ourselves on
you
that.
don't need to bring yourself as that, but you can still do something more affordable. It's fantastic.
Yes.
But you have good products anyway.
All right. Yes, that's true. Maybe the
I love
awareness.
the Monaco. I love the Monaco, the corporate section. I love them. Maybe my other colleagues, they will prefer the Royal, like my boss said.
Yes, I think Daddy here said he preferred the what do you call it, Flamingo. Royal when he saw it. We'll look at, like you said, barter system and see how Daddy can get it in his parlor by the end of today. Even every once by the end of today, we'll put it in your parlor.
Where you produce office furniture?
Yes, we do. Like I said, awareness is a big factor. We have a variety and range of office products. I think over there, after this, behind the camera, is a small section, but it's not largely displayed in this showroom. You see, this is our Lube showroom. It's our biggest in terms of land space. So we, like I said, the iPhone and the flagship phones get displayed first, and you see it when you go to the tech shop. So here we
Can we see those ones with low?
Yes, after this we'll definitely send you an array. We have catalogs of them, and then if you check our website, actually, you'll see a list of those products. We're very grateful for the visit. We look forward to more interactions. Thank you so much. My name